Hi, everybody. I think all of you in this room know me. For those of you who are joining us remotely and you don't know me, my name is Matt Phoenix. I lead the business for Impetus in the East. I have the honor and the privilege today of sharing the stage with my good friend, Dennis Reed, with Brentwood Industries. So this session's going to focus all on Brentwood, mostly on Brentwood. I'm going to say a few things about Impetus before I pass the mic over to Dennis. But really what Dennis is going to share today is his journey in delivering next level data and insights, data and analytics insights to their business, Brentwood's business operations. Before I pass the mic over, I'd like to just share a few things about Impetus. You know, when I'm asked by somebody who's not familiar with our brand, you know, what we do, I like to respond in kind of a silly, you know, little response in the most simplistic way that I like to describe Impetus is that we're extremely great at helping companies build data solutions. That's what we've been doing forever. In fact, 33 years ago, we started as a software company. We've spun out 5 software products over the lifespan of our existence. And we really have kind of that product development DNA embedded in our organization. And we take that product development mindset and we've embedded that into our consulting practice. And we've taken, we've developed accelerators and frameworks that will help our customers accelerate their journey, their data and AI journeys. So, our business is structured to help our customers in really 3 core ways. The first is unification, helping them unify their data estate and establishing a robust, governed, secure, scalable data infrastructure. Really the cornerstone of every data management, data strategy. The second is modernization, helping them modernize their, we got somebody new, welcome. We help them modernize their data estate by accelerating the migration of legacy data platforms as well as enterprise applications to cloud-native infrastructures. And lastly, what I like to call nirvana is really the innovation that we're bringing, helping them figure out and build solutions to monetize their data assets, develop data-driven products, and ultimately, deliver AI at scale in a secure and responsible way. How do I move this? Okay. So naturally, that has fostered a very strong partnership with Databricks. I personally believe Databricks is the leader in data and AI technology. We've built many brick builder solutions to help customers adopt and get immediate value from the platform. I'm also proud to say that we've won Migration Partner of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. I believe that really is what contributed to that is, what I had mentioned before, is kind of that product development mindset where we've created an accelerator, it's called Leap Logic, that will allow customers to accelerate their migration to the Databricks platform. So the best way that I like to explain Leap Logic is think of it as 2 parts. It's a proven migration methodology coupled with a technology accelerator. That technology accelerator uses AI to understand the patterns that exist within legacy codebase and match those patterns to the best practices and capabilities of Databricks, and then it will do an intelligent rewrite of that code. So obviously, by doing that happen, the majority of the effort in these migrations is rewriting that business logic to be native to that target platform that you're going to. So by automating that process and using AI to solve the problem, it's drastically reducing the time to market, obviously costs, and getting you from point A to point B much faster. Enough about Impetus. I know I like to talk a lot, and I could talk all day about our company. These are my two children, and they don't know who Brentwood is. The name Brentwood, to me, is synonymous with family. My children may not know what Brentwood does, but they know that when they hear the word Brentwood, it means wheelbarrow rides in the backyard. In full disclosure, there have been more children in this wheelbarrow than there has been dirt. And I know that I hope somebody's snapping a picture because they're going to be very excited that I included them in this presentation. But Brentwood is a family-owned business. They're headquartered in Reading, PA. They've been in business for almost 60 years under the leadership of the Rye family. The Rye family's on its third generation CEO that just recently has taken the reins. The core competency of their business is processing plastics and using plastic materials in innovative ways. What does that mean? Well, their products help get power to areas that don't have power. Their products help treat people's drinking water. Their products provide packaging for critical medical devices. They have also been known to make a wheelbarrow or two. So without further ado, please welcome my friend, Dennis Reed, Global Head of Technology at Brentwood Industries.
Thank you, Matt. And before I get started, I have to offer another set of congratulations because Impetus was named Global Migration Partner of the Year for this year from Databricks. So congratulations to Impetus on that. So thanks for the opportunity to speak to you today about our data renaissance with Databricks and Impetus. I chose, as the title of this session, embarking on the title to represent this rebirth or cultural rebirth of data at Brentwood. The business objectives that you see here align with our overall vision and strategy for Brentwood, ensuring a strategic approach to achieving our business goals. They leverage the strengths of both Impetus and Databricks, focusing on the technological innovation, data security, financial efficiency, and a fostering of culture and agility across Brentwood. We needed a significant change in our technology and organizational structure to update and enhance our reporting and analytics capabilities. That would be to support and complement our IT business transformation strategy that includes a re-implementation of Sightline, our ERP system. So in conjunction with a complete rewrite or restart of our data reporting and analytics platform, we are also in the midst of a 3-year massive ERP re-implementation in the cloud. So another critical objective is to improve our reporting integrity and quality, empowering the business and IT teams to utilize data effectively in their strategic planning and operational efficiency. It also includes access management, providing the right data to the right people based on their personas and need of the data. To do that, we'll be optimizing our investment with Databricks and with Impetus to align our business objectives to foster that innovation and technical excellence. And finally, driving customer obsession and inclusion through engagement with our end users, our stakeholders, sponsors, customers, and vendors to enhance our data analytics capabilities that will enable us to expand our market reach and increase business impact. So our technical objectives, first, we're going to start out establishing a robust Azure Databricks platform that will provide the business with that comprehensive data management. The analytics will also enable that AI model development for the future and streamline and make our data operations more effective and efficient. Additionally, as I mentioned, all the preparation for our Sightline implementation in the cloud with Infor, as well as including SAP data from our recent acquisition of the Annexio Water Technologies Group. And then transferring decades of old data from an older architecture and technology, or data warehouse as we would like to call it, over to the Databricks platform. Next was fortifying our development processes. I'll talk about it a little later, but we really had no control from an IT perspective on any of our reporting. From an IT controls and standards perspective. Most of that was occurring directly with the business, writing reports, little to no validation of that data, and deploying those reports to end users and production users. So some of our technical objectives here will be to make sure that we include the CI/CD processes, getting reports from design through deploy in a more formal process using Azure DevOps. We'll complete our infrastructure setups, as this is brand new to Brentwood. We've got all of the Databricks setup, Azure Data Factory setups, storage, security, backups, disaster recovery, et cetera. And then finally, the implementation of Zero Trust network security and guardrails. So all of those technical identity access management, systems for cross-domain identity management, RBAC, and privileged identity management as well. Moving on to our challenges. Our biggest challenge is to unwind that decade or more of business managed reporting functions, right? We needed to understand hundreds of ETLs with transformations, calculations, with limited or no documentation. On top of that, there were Power BI reports that contained all of those same transformations, calculations, et cetera, at the department and functional level. That created this inconsistent cross-functional dilemma for us. So two sets of highly customized things done both in the in the ETL extraction pipelines as well as in the Power BI reports that created or has created quite a complex environment for us to unwind. So prior to my arrival at Brentwood in May of 2022, a dedicated integration and architecture function did not exist within the IT organization. That would have helped to align us on a lot of these IT and business strategies, establish the standards, and ensure consistent delivery of the technology to the rest of the company. The lack of a project management office and a data quality function also contributed to that challenge in delivering solutions to the business in a timely manner. Development, operations, and support misalignment. Typical in most IT shops, infrastructure blames applications, applications blames network. So a little bit of misalignment across those areas as well that we also addressed. And then finally, a big component here was the technical debt that existed in Brentwood. Lots of old end-of-life hardware, end-of-support software, that lead to multiple outages, ETL failures, missed SLAs, and then just overall inconsistent management of the reporting environment. So the solution will incorporate the components listed here and represents a significant step toward Brentwood's journey to overcome our reporting challenges. The first is the migration of the Sightline 8 data, that is on-premise data today in a SQL 2008 database. And it will include the proper schedules, monitoring, error handling, proactive alerts, as well as the deployment of Unity Catalog across all the environments that'll help us for onboarding additional data pipelines in the future. Then we'll leverage one of our salesperson performance use case reports that kicked all of this initiative off to validate the environment, the data, and confirm our CI/CD processes are actually working as we expected. And then we'll finalize all of those security and access controls around PIM, RBAC, et cetera. Some of the expected results and cost savings include streamlining and design to deploy the processes, enhancing our data quality, and providing a single source of truth to our end users. We also have led a number of, in coordination with both Impetus and Databricks, a number of strategic planning and workshop sessions, a day of data with the Databricks team, and then a lot of our labs that we'll talk about with Impetus here in just a minute. So here's the architecture we landed with, working both with Databricks and Impetus. Data from various sources, which I already mentioned, Sightline 8, Sightline 10, SAP data, as well as the others that have already been identified are included in our sources list. Most of those will initially be ingested using Azure Data Factory with pipelines, and we'll move those into that landing zone. From there, we'll have our scheduled workflow, processing and publishing that data through the Databricks environment, along with the Unity catalog, and moving them through the bronze, silver, and gold layers. Azure Managed Resources will be used to set up key vault policies, monitoring, and alerts. And then again, on the Unity catalog, we'll have that comprehensive view of all of our data with its lineage, and I'd be able to identify data dependencies as we move forward, which is huge for us, because as I mentioned, those 10 years or so of manual ETL pipelines and extractions had little or no documentation and no tools to support laying out that lineage for the organization. So phase one, which we're currently underway with Impetus, is to deliver that development, test, and prod environment for the Databricks environment using the medallion architecture that we just reviewed. Next is deploying all of the Azure workspaces, Unity catalogs, vaults, and the user security processes as well. So the one I missed was multi-factor authentication is also included in all of our security controls. And then from there, moving into the testing and validation for all of those environments, right? So we started off moving everything into the landing zone, got everything into that bronze layer in the as-is kind of format. And from there, now we will begin to augment and enhance that data, curate it to the point where it can be moved into the gold layer and available for all of our Databricks users to consume. So a little bit about our journey. It started with a full review of the current environment and an awareness that the current solution was not viable for Brentwood as we move forward. This phase identified both technical and business issues that included a lack of quality data, uncontrolled deployment of reports with that little or no validation, along with failed pipelines and no proactive monitoring of any of those environments. In the discovery phase, or discovery area, we took some deeper dives into that technology and identified a critical need to define a new approach for our reporting and analytics platform. Our internal team began assessing solutions and engaged with both Microsoft and Databricks. From there, we collaborated for a series of demos and reviews with Databricks, and ultimately ended up identifying Impetus as our Kickstarter initiative to get going with this solution. After a successful design and build lab with Impetus, we had concluded that Databricks was the right solution for Brentwood. Our release of this environment is actually scheduled for this Friday. Woohoo! It's been a few months in the making, and we're very excited to release this beta version, in essence, of the Databricks environment to our end users, while we wrap up a number of the CI/CD processes in preparation for being able to deploy reports to production. We plan to leverage some of Impetus's other solutions, like Leap Logic that Matt took some time to explain to us. There are a number of reports in our environment, probably hundreds, to be honest, hundreds of reports in Power BI that we need to assess and determine whether or not we want to move those forward. And I believe that Leap Logic will help us to figure those out and identify those that we want to move forward with. And then future state, this opens up a world of opportunity for us, both in things like IoT for all of our manufacturing equipment on the floor, collecting that data, being able to do proactive plant maintenance off of that data, machine learning and AI capabilities, data sharing with downstream applications, although we'd like to think that Sightline would be our single source for everything. We will have some supporting systems and integrations where we'll need to move data and aggregate data, and I believe that we can leverage the Databricks platform to do that. And then finally, some API development as well, or API enablement using these tools as well. And then with the recent announcement this morning, AI BI is definitely now on the table as well for us in the future. So quickly, to summarize all of this, it was an exciting, challenging, and rewarding initiative to get us to where we are, with the partnership between both Databricks and Impetus to help us get there. So with that, I just thought I'd share a few learnings with you. From my perspective, first and foremost, choose the right partner, right? Spend the time and the effort to truly assess your current environment, determine your needs, talk to your customers, peers, counterparts, and understand what challenges and issues they're facing today. And then leverage them to make sure that they're a right fit. Choose a use case, pick a report, pick a process that is critical to your business function, and execute that use case with those tools and technologies. Most of those use case assessments can be done in 30, 60 days. And that'll just help you to confirm, that your solution will fit to both of those use cases and to all the needs and the requirements of your end users. Align with all your stakeholders. Get cross-functional and agreement and support from everyone as you move forward in the process. And then last but not least, and probably the most important, communicate. Can't stress it enough. Provide updates on the initiative, proper training, find early adopters of the solution, and encourage feedback, as well as establishing a cadence with the senior leadership team, with all of your end users to monitor your progress and success. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Matt for some additional remarks and Q&A.
Dennis, that was awesome. Thank you so much. It's really been an honor to work with you and I mean, just to see how quickly you guys have gotten from where you were to where you are now. I mean, it's mind-blowing how much of a change that is. When I think about what we've done and how we've helped you with this, like I really just think of us as kind of the catalyst to help you get jump started. Like when I first met you and the rest of the Brentwood team, you knew what your problems were. You had an idea of how you needed to what you needed to do to fix those problems. You just kind of needed a little bit of a jump start or a kick start on how do we go about doing this. And that's what we brought to the table for you, that framework. It's our data and AI lab framework. The objective of this framework is really to do exactly what we did with Brentwood. It's to take a problem or a use case design a technical solution for that, and then validate that with a real business example that provides real business value in a very quick amount of time, so that you're able to justify the value to your business with a real life example, and then have something that's not just throwaway afterwards, that it can be easily brought to production. And I think that, you know, that framework was instrumental in helping you guys get to where you're at now. And, you know, I think, you know, it really just worked. It's been an honor to work with you. And thank you for entrusting us to be your partner on this.
Absolutely. We're extremely grateful for the relationship and excited to where the future will take us. So,
with that, thank you all very, very much. It's been a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you, Dennis.
thank you. Thank you.